Yan. Okay. Hello everyone, good morning. Magandang umaga. Magandang gising sa lahat. So, would like to encourage you all to turn on your cams, no? Para magkakitaan tayo. Makita ko rin kayo, no? Your beautiful and handsome faces. So, nagkaroon ba kayo ng rest, break, no? From the weekends? Sige, 6 attendees pa tayo. Nakalimut ata ang lain, no? Okay. How's your day? How's your week so far? Can you chat in a word that could best describe kamusta kayo, no? Mental health check-in lang. Kamusta na kayo so far? Physically, mentally, emotionally, socially. Chat in on the chat box. Okay. Busy po, sir. Ayan. Okay. Yan talaga ang life. Minsan busy tayo. Sige, ano pa? Tiring. Kapagod din, no? Okay lang. True. Sanay kayo sa pagod. Chill lang. Yan. Enjoy nyo rin yung life paminsan-minsan. Reward yourself every once in a while. Okay. So, welcome to the last lesson for the Module 2, Test Development. Since ito naman yung gagawin nyo talaga sa summative ninyo, no? Test Development. How do we do test development? Like, we're going to discuss on this part. Sige, turn on your cameras naman. Kayo naman. Hirap nyo ka-bonding. Ayan. So, here are some 5 major stages of test development. We have test conceptualization, okay? Test construction, test tryout, item analysis, and test revision. So, ang test revision, pwede pa siyang pupumunta or bumalik dun sa test tryout ulit kasi may mga items that needed to be revised. Ito na yung full blast talaga na test development. Okay, so basically, lahat ng test naman are nag-undergo. Kapag we're trying to craft a test, it undergoes a standardized process. At ito yon. Ito yung standardized process ni test development. Ayan. So, how are tests conceived? If given all the resources, what variable would you like to measure through a devised test? Okay, so basically yun nga, hahanap kayo ng variable na sa tingin ninyo relevant sa panahon ngayon. 'Di ba yun yung task ko sa inyo? Okay, ano kaya yung worthy to be created, no? Yung something worthy, wag lang yung ano lang, no? Isip-isip lang ng kung ano. Now, let's go to test conceptualization. Sige, Chenny, nak, basahin nga natin tong mga points dito. Yan, yung naka-circle na red.
Anything can stimulate concepts such as there should be a test designed to measure Filipino traits. Any emerging phenomenon can stimulate a new test, for example, fanaticism and niche picking. Available scientific literature may stimulate the development of more psychometrically sound tests.
Oh, kaya kailangan din natin mag-create ng test kasi nga, kumbaga, wala kasing masyadong tool na standardized. Well, yung gagawin niyo naman is hindi naman talaga siya magiging standardized test kasi pag ganyan, mas rigid pa yung process, no? Kailangan din ng budget or pera kasi ipapa-evaluate niyo pa siya, ipapa-assess niyo pa siya kung gusto niyo talaga na maging standardized yung test na yun. But the good thing, kapag naging standardized na siya, magiging ano na siya, no? Magkakaroon siya ng presyo, ng halaga, ng value. Kaya mahal yung mga test natin sa psych kasi nga, nag-undergo talaga siya ng rigid evaluation ng norming, no? Nag-undergo talaga siya ng test development, kaya paulit-ulit siyang binabago, may mga revised, kasi nga, yun eh, nire-revise siya over and over again. And kaya mahal din, nasa 25,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, 150 items, 150,000. Kasi we're buying also the license of this test. No? Kasi nag-undergo siya ng process and may pera din na kailangan for that, no? What is the test designed to measure? Of course, here are the questions in conceptualizing a test. The answer is closely linked to how the test developer defines the construct being measured and how that the definition is the same or as different from other tests that it purports to measure. So, another question that could rise is, ano yung objective ng test? Kaya part to nung pinapagawa ko sa inyo. Will it determine something, some construct, some variable? The objectives is important para clear ano ba yung mini-measure natin, quantifiable ba siya. Okay? What makes it different or similar with other tests, no? Example will be Raven's progressive matrices versus Stanford Binet. So magkaiba sila. So si Raven, ano yung mini-measure ni Raven's progressive matrices? Sige daw. Chloe, ano ba yung mini-measure ni Raven's progressive matrices? Kung nabasa mo yung libro. Chloe? Ayan. Anyone? Versus ni standardized or ni Stanford Binet pala. Ano yung mini-measure nila? Wala, dapat alam niyo na to. Very basic to, no? Ano yung main difference silang dalawa? Sige daw. JV. Keyboard warrior. Search, yun yun agad. Search nyo agad. Ano yung mga differences nilang dalawa? Wala? Anyone? Hindi nyo alam yung differences ng test na yan? Yung dalawang test na yan? Na ginagamit talaga natin sa psych testing? Sa lahat? Most of the clinics recommended yung mga test na to. Hindi nyo ba alam? Raven is yung pattern. Okay, good. Abstract reasoning kay Raven. So, ang mini-measure ni Raven is non-verbal IQ. While kay Stanford Binet, ito naman yung verbal IQ. Kasi may words siya, may items siya. Diba yun yung mga patterns, may mga figures. Okay, so yun yung difference nilang dalawa. Okay. Yeah, IQ naman silang dalawa. IQ naman yung mini-measure. Non-verbal IQ lamang si Raven. Si Stanford Binet naman is more of yung talagang verbal IQ. Okay. Na-create si Raven kasi may mga ano tayo, may mga population tayo na hindi ganun ka well versed sa pagbabasa or English. So para magkaroon ng fairness and mabigyan din sila ng karapatan mag-undergo ng test, no? Si Stanford Binet kasi mausisa tong trabahong to no? Individualized IQ test siya. So mahaba yung process na to. Binibigay siya pag talagang important yung case, kagaya ng annulment, kagaya ng mga ganun, no? Child custody, na something like that. And mahal magpa SB5. Here are some preliminary questions. Is there a need for a test ba? Kailangan ba natin ng test na to? Habang nagko-conceptualize tayo, no? Who will use the test? Siyempre, i-determine yung population, no? Kung sino yung gagamit ng test na to. Psychometricians ba? Clinicians? Therapists, educators, human resource personnel, or teacher, or kahit sino. Kasi may mga test na pwedeng gamitin ng lahat. May level A, yung mga teachers, na hindi talaga kailangan licensed ng psychomet or psychologist. Yun yung mga level A. Best example will be exams, quizzes. Level A yun. Yung level B, ito na yung mga grouped personality and IQ test. Level C is naman yung mga projective and individualized IQ test. Clear ba? So, yung level C, psychologist, no? Yung level B is psychometricians or psychologists, guidance counselors, mga ganon. Who will take this test? So, the test should be designed for a certain population, such as children, adolescents, or adults, or older adults. So, syempre, may certain criteria kung sino yung makakapag-take ng test na to. So, kung kung pang adolescent siya. So, sa test na gagawin nyo, kailangan nyo specify kung ano edad, no, male, female, ganyan. Considering the reading levels and cultural considerations, language and concepts. Kaya nga, recommended ko na maglagay kayo or magbigay kayo ng Cebuano translation or Tagalog translations ng mga test. Kasi, habang nababasa ko yung mga ibang mga test din na binavalidate ko, included yung mga items na merong translations. Kasi nga, yung wikang Ingles, hindi naman natin to wika talaga. First tongue natin. Kahit magaling kayo mag-English, yung participants naman minsan hindi ganun ka-well-versed sa English. So, para magkaroon ng fairness, lagyan nyo na siya ng mga translations. Diba? So, what content will the test cover? So, syempre, it should cover for which this could be different from other existing tests, no? The same or similar objective, there should be a rationale behind the content or should specific to only a certain culture. So, pwede nga rin specify kung regardless pa of cultural identity or intended siya for Filipino, ganyan, no? Ganyan. So, how will the test be administered? So, syempre yung mechanics or instructions, ilalagay nyo dyan. Ilang minutes lang dapat yung choose the best answer. There's no right or wrong answer. Yung mga ganon. So, depende yan sa inyo. Kayo kasi yung scale developers. Ano ha? Clear ha? Ang ginagawa nyo, scales. Scales, yung may mga Likert scales ha? Hindi yung interview items. Yung mga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strongly agree, disagree. Yun yung gagawin ninyo ha? Hindi interview items ha? So, what is the ideal format of the test? Siyempre, kayo bahala. So, pwede siyang true or false, essay, multiple choice, or verbal responses. No? In this case, since gumagawa kayo ng psychological or personality test, more likely, Likert scaling yung response ng test ninyo. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ganyan. Okay, so, should more than one form of the test be developed? So, syempre, after some time, malalaman ninyo din, ma-identify ninyo yung mga key constructs, different subsets or versions of the same universe of items that measure the same construct. However, parallel or alternative versions also consider its cost and benefits. May special training ba required, kinakailangan for this test? What types of responses will be required of test takers? So, ang napansin ko rin kasi may mga IT-related courses or mga computer science courses din na kumbaga meron silang software na psych test or somehow psychological construct yung mini-measure niya. There's one student from Mapua na gumawa sila ng program or software that could measure dyslexia. So that is another form of instrument pero computerized siya, no? So that student is the batch valedictorian, no, and siya yung may pinakamataas na kuha ng score ng grade sa incoming graduation. So summa cum laude siya, no. So yun yung ginawa nilang project sa ComSci, sa thesis nila. So sa part naman ninyo, ang gagawin niyo naman syempre yung written na siya ng mga test na pwede siyang gawin naman through Google Form, ganyan. But sa akin, di ba, hindi ko naman kayo nire-required na ipapilot test pa yun, ganyan, kasi mahabang proseso na siya. Okay? There are tests that should be different from other that includes test taking as such. Some tests opt to accommodate or adapt to address these differences. Okay? Ayan. So, now, let's go to this. Who will benefit from the test? Sino ba yung makaka-benefit, mga test takers? Is there any potential harm as the result of an administration of this test? Meron bang trauma that could be relieved or that could or harm, psychologically harm, emotional harm? Ganyan. So let's say very vulnerable si patient or si client. So kung meron siyang mga trauma or mga existing na mga problems, baka mag-exacerbate yung symptoms. How will meaning be attributed to scores on this test? So test takers' scores can be interpreted through comparing it from others on the criterion. So kaya yun, mahalaga din yung quantifiable siya. para ma-compare mo siya with other test takers. Quantifiable. Kasi you're measuring psychological data from numbers. Hindi siya quantitative. So, kung gusto niyo mag-quanti research din, ito yung mga instrument na kailangan nyong gawin. Norm reference ba siya or criterion reference test? So, this pertains more to, I guess, pertains siya more in yung mga certain criterion siya. Diba? I have explained this kung IQ test yon, no? Ano yung passing grade, failing grade, cut score, ganyan. Paano natin siya ma-employed, yung scoring, no? Ito naman, this pertains to the scoring and the interpretation na. Ayan. So, yan yung mga considerations. May questions kayo? So now, let's go to pilot work. So, Shanine, basahin natin to na, itong mga points dito, yung mga bullet points na yan.
Preliminary view surrounding the creation of a prototype of preliminary test.
Parang may okay lang, no? Parang yung audio mo ata is not really working well, but it's okay. So pilot work dito naman is yung meron na tayong creation, no? Example, nakapag-create na tayo ng item, set of items. Now, we're going to try to measure it through pilot testing or pilot work. So this is the process wherein we attempt to determine paano ba nata-target or how does a common person or a common participant answer the test. So through pilot work, malalaman natin kung nakukuha ba nung isang test taker. Usually kasi marami eh. Ako before, ang pagkakaalam ko is pinapilot na siya within 10 or 15 participants para matry lang siya yung test. Then, kung may mga alterations or hindi nakukuha yung item, yun na yung nire-revise, no? So part na siya ng test construction, si pilot work, babalik siya ulit dun sa paggawa ulit ng mga items. So kailangan nating i-revisit yung items through pilot work. Kung angkop pa yung item na to based sa pagkakaintindi natin, nakukuha ba nung test taker yung item na to or reject natin to, tanggalin natin to, baguhin natin, ganun. Test construction. Ito naman, scaling. Ayan. Sige. Lian, basahin mo nga, nak, itong scaling part. Yan. Itong part lang na to, nak.
Yung
Scaling is the...
Scaling, the process of setting rules for assigning numbers in measurement. In psychometric, scales may also be conceived of as instruments used to measure. There is no one method of scaling. There's no best type of scale. Test developers scale a test in the manner they believe is optimally suited to their conception of the measurement of the trait or whatever that is being measured.
Yeah, so may mga types of scale tayo. Age-based, no? Grade-based, stay 9, no? Yung number 9, 1 to 9. So, di ba nasa normal curve to? So, based yun kung how can you assign numbers to quantify yung constructs natin or yung items natin. So, usually, kung Likert scale naman, then ito naman magiging scaling niya, no? Yung Likert scale, so yung severity, how frequent or gaano siya nag-a-apply sa iyo, no? I believe I would like to work of a lighthouse keeper. How? So, papacircle mo siya, number 8, okay, always justified. Something like that. So, ngayon naman parang hindi na uso masyado yung magpapa pen and paper. Uso ngayon yung Google form para pag keep mo ng data, naka-Excel na siya. So, nandun na yung mga responses nila. Parang yun na yung uso ngayon eh, sa research. Yung nag-thesis ako sa grad school, yun na yung uso ngayon sa amin. Pina-Google Forms ko, pina-Google Docs ko sila or Microsoft Forms, mga ganyan. Then, nag-gather ako ng participants, 150 participants. Teachers yun eh, college profs. Then pinanswer ko sila and doon na organized na kasi hindi na mag ano ng ano siya, more convenient siya and prone less to human error na yung pag tali-tali mo pa isa-isa ng mga scores. Hindi na siya mag-underwent ng ganun. Rating scale. Okay, it is grouping of words, statements, or symbols on which judgments of the strength of a particular trait, attitude, or emotions are indicated by the test taker. Ayan. So, how does it apply to you? Usually, kayo na bahala niyan. Ano ba? Strongly true? Strongly agree? Ano bang term na gusto yung gamitin? Basta quantifiable. Kung may questions ha, just drop in your questions. Likert scale, this one. Miara, can you read this one? The Likert scale, yung definition niya.
Each item presents the test taker with 5 alternative responses, sometimes 7, usually on an agree-disagree or approve-disapprove continuum, assigning weights of 1 for endorsement of items at one extreme through 5 for endorsement of items at the other extreme, generally worked best.
Okay. Yan. So, example niya naman is nandito, di ba? Never justified, rarely justified, sometimes justified. So, kayo bahala kung anong terminology yung gusto nyong gamitin for this one. If agree ba, strongly true, no, or disagree, ganyan. So, I give you the freedom for that since kayo ang scale developer. Ayan. So, example lang yan, no? Class, kapag nag-aasa ko ng question sa inyo, siguro ang advice ko sa inyo, no, since teacher niyo man ako, is sumagot kayo according dun sa pagkakaintindi ninyo. Example, when I call someone, you try to answer lang the best you can. Grace under pressure ba? Kaya in life, manggod, as you go with your life, dili manggod all the time, kabalo na mo daan. Sometimes you also have to learn from what mistakes you can do. Ana, ang important ana is nagatry mo ba? Dili ka nang mag-freeze mo or makulbaan dayon mo. Yes, ang kulba is naagid na siya. Pero ang ano ana is you learn how to stand by yourself ba? Tumayo kayo sa sarili niyo ba? So when I call your name, try to tell me what's on your mind about this. So you can say that sir, based on my personal understanding po, I see that this is the ano, or if you don't know the answer, just tell me, sir, I'm so sorry, I still don't know about this. At least naka-stand on mo sa inyong sarili, na dili mo kabalo. That's why you are here, man. God is for you to learn. Di mo gud kailangan na perfect na dayon ta. Okay ba? So, para tag ano ba, law school ba, kanang when I call someone, just try your best to answer at the best of your own capability, and I will try to correct you if ever man. And don't get offended, because that's the process of learning. Sa common good is, what I have noticed akong sarili habang nag-learn ko, sa mga masayop good ko na mga answers, mas dira pa siya, mas mutatak sa kuha. Okay, I'm not the kind of prof na i-terrorized mo na dili mo kabaluan ni. That's why you're enrolled manggod in this course, para makatuon mo. Okay lang ba? Pwede ta mag-heart ato na ano. Ha? So when I call your name, just try your best to answer lang. Okay? So it doesn't make you a less person kung dili mo kabalo. Ano man di ay. You're still learning man good. Okay, so we have scaling methods, unidimensional versus multidimensional. These people pleaser, man good ko, sir. No, it's not being people pleaser. No, just don't have to be people pleaser because we're all here to learn. No, siguro sometimes we don't know it all. That's why you're here to learn. Unidimensional, only one dimension is presumed to underlie the ratings. Yan, and multidimensional, more than one dimension is thought to guide the test taker's responses. Nagabasa mo libro. Kana magid ang best way to learn, no? Katong sa time po nako is wala mo pud kay ni siya gi-teach sa mo, sa kong professor sa kong college ba. Lagi ni gipang tudlo kay buntis perminti so mag-absent, no? Wala kay koy na learn actually, pero katong nag-start na ko review sa boards, dito na jud nako siya gibasa. Oo. Kana gyud, to be honest. Okay, so The responses to this item may also reflect other attitudes and beliefs, including those related to documented benefits of marijuana use, as well as legislations and regulations. So these are just types of scaling methods. Okay. So kani siya, comparative scaling. Example, arranging the following cards to what is least desirable to most desirable. And categorical scaling, they are placed to two or more alternative categories that differ quantitatively with respect to some continuum. Ayan. So, taste or marketing for okay, comparative. Okay, I guess we're gearing more to categorical scaling. No, kaya naman siya mga alternate responses. In writing the items, kani siya. We should consider the range of content the item covers. That's why in your test, no, na may mga subscales pud siguro na pwede ninyo ipang butang. Let's say self-esteem, sa man namang under sa self-esteem, or narcissism, unsa man namang under dira self-centeredness, egoism, 'di ba? Mga subscales that could measure that sub-construct or subscale. The types of item format employed, no? The number of items written in a total and each content area cover. So kamo na ang mo device ana unsang format pud sa items. Okay? So you can rewrite the item sampling, the spirit, or create new items, etc., etc. Items and formats, kani siya important pud ni siya. Item pool. Okay, in some test, no, labi na tong mga nag-take og mga qualifying examinations, I've noticed na lahi mig mga items compared to my co-test takers. Lahi pud ang question niya sa number 1, and katong pag-click ulit na ako sa katon na link, lahi na pud ang mga items niya. Wala lagi na ako ni siya na encounter. So natay ginaingon na item bank. Usually kana siya is for mga IQ or aptitude test or kanabang exams, no? Usually item banks ang tawag ana. Imbakan siya sa mga items at ato. So mag-work siya best kung daghan mo mag-take ato na items and na ay set A, set B ing ana. Unsa kaya no kung magpa F2F exam ko sa inyo no? Mas pipila kaya ang score ninyo no? Hopefully ba na makaano mo sa mga multiple choices na mga test ba no, niya akong ipanggamit yung mga board exam questions mga ingana ba no, kaya ba ninyo? Hopefully makaya to ninyo ha. Item format refers to the form plan, so wait na lang ta sa module 3 no, bisig mag-devise ko og face-to-face examination kana gyud no, kaya dapat jud mo magbasa no, and ipa-cover to cover pud nako ang content gyud na mura mong naga-board exam na psych assessment ang subject lang. Selected response format require test takers to select a response from a set of alternate responses. Okay? So kana siya. And constructed response format require test takers to supply or to create the correct answer, not merely to select it. Okay, kani siya is usually pag fill in the blanks. So gibuhat ako ni siya sa physiological site, di ba? Na dapat kini niyo siya ibutang tong word na pinaka-answer niya. Selected response, mag-select mo. So best example is the Likert scale or multiple choice. So here is the item, no? I'll give you an example. This is the STEM. A psychological test, an interview, and a case study are. These are some of the responses. And all the responses, usually 4 yan sila, multiple choice. So we have the correct answer, this one, and the rest are distractors. Sometimes, when you're taking the board exam, all of the answers can be their answer. That is the challenge, Manggod. But you have to choose the best answer. Sometimes, kanina mga responses will not fit accurately. Kaya, usually, please select the best answer. Usually, mo man gina siya. Tanan pwede mahimong answer. kana po ang challenge usually sa board exam. But you have to choose the best fit. Multiple choice format, it has one stem, a correct alternative or option, and several incorrect alternatives or options, variously referred as distractors or foils. Yan. So, usually, ganyan yung construction ng item. Usually, class, pag may stem yan, minsan kasi nanganganak pa siya ng ibang mga items. Ganon minsan sa board exam, no? Refer to number 8. So, usually pag case study is being presented, what do you think is the best intervention? Meron pa siyang nanganganak pa siya ng ibang mga questions. Oo. Based doon sa STEM. Okay? So, yan. Yan. Okay. So, ang probability kasi of getting it correct in multiple choice is 0.25 or 25%. But if you can eliminate this, you have 50% probability. And ganun ako sa board exam class, usually may dalawa talagang naiiwan. May dalawa talagang choices akong naiiwan na conflicting for me. What is my answer, yun? Kani ba or kani? So, ang best is to eliminate. Eliminate the mali. Okay, matching items, kani siya presented with two columns, left and on the right. True or false, kani siya binary choice item ni siya. So, ang ani is 0.5 or 50% ang chance of you getting it correctly. Completion item is required you to provide a word or phrase that will complete a sentence. Diba? Short answer item, it is desirable for completion or short answer items to be written clearly enough that the test taker can respond sufficiently ata, no? An essay item requires the test taker to respond a question by writing a composition. So, na yung mga essay, example will be the understanding the self, module 1, di ba? Na ato yung mga about Western and Eastern thought, di ba? If you can remember your course ato na time. Then, naa siya scores na ihatag sa mag-check. Okay, mo ng mga format sa items, no? Now, let's go to computer adaptive testing. So, writing items for computer administration, item bank is relatively large and easily accessible collection of test questions. So, nanadra ang mga imbakan sa mga items. So, usually na siya kanang na ay mga particular lessons or topics, let's say module 1, module 2, na ni item banks na randomly iselect sa computer sa imuha or ni AI sa imuha na kani ang mga set of items na iyang ihatag sa imuha. Or pwede po mo magkuha siya og balance na easy items, moderate and difficult items. Depende sa mag-construct og test. Na ay mga yung anak ng mga ginabuhat usually. And let's say module 1, 30 question, module 2, 30 question, module 3, 30 question, etc. etc. Mo nang gibuhat sa mo upod each module 30 items. So, katuto siya. Ceiling effect, kani siya, and floor effect. So, si ceiling effect, di ba, it means taas. So, it means daghan nakakuha o taas na score. Okay? So, sayo ng test. Si floor effect, nasa floor. So, daghang nakakuha gamay na score. So, lisod ang test. Okay? Mo lang na inyong ibutang sa inyong mind. Sa ceiling effect, easy ang test, so many test takers get a high score, while si floor effect, difficult ang test, many people or test takers get low scores. Scoring items, so we have cumulatives model, no? Binibilang natin yung amount of points, no? Cumulatively. Class scoring or category scoring. Test takers respond to earn credit towards placement in a particular class or category. And evaluative scoring, kani siya is gina-compare nimo ang test to another scale within the same test. So usually, what happens here is gina-compare nimo si openness kay agreeableness. Evaluative scoring na siya. Okay? Compare mo siya within the same test ba, ang score niya. Hala, ang score niya sa openness is mas baba siya compared sa agreeableness ni Neopay. Example na siya ha. Okay? Have questions? Ask guys. Kamu na report di. wala ko nagpa-report sa inyo Ina-discuss ginako siya sa inyo ha. Dagan prof na wala jud nag-lesson yun. To be honest, no. Nagpa-report lang. Test try out kani siya, no? So the test should be tried out on people who are similar in critical aspects to the people for whom the test was designed. So basically mo ni siyang ginabuhat nato. Ipa-try out sa nato siya. So rule of thumb is 10 for each item on the test daw. 5 subjects, 5 persons, and 10 of each item of the test. Or pwede katutan na ng items. Mo daw na siya ang test tryouts. Okay, so it should be executed under conditions like identical as much as possible to the conditions, etc., etc. So what is a good test item? Do you know what is a good test item? It should be reliable and valid, na siya ability to discriminate test takers, which is it means that it can compare ba, it could discriminate na kaya niyang i-filter out ang mga tao kinsa ba tong pasa og dili, who has the capacity or not, or who have the ability or not. So board exam, so syempre dira mas kina-measure nato ang competency sa isa ka test taker. So qualified ba siya to become like this or like that, to become a medical doctor or to become a lawyer, attorney, no? Capable ba siya? That's why we have the bar exams and we have licensure examinations to discriminate test takers. Okay, so test tryout undergo item analysis. This is to analyze the items used by test developers in their efforts to select the best items from the pool of tryout items. So through item analysis, we could identify if this test is useful, relevant, valid, and it should be included on the final version of the test. Yeah, minsan kasi may mga nakoy ginapang hatag na validity indexes, di ba? Katong per item para makita ni content validator kung valid ba ni siya. Dapat ba ni siya ibutang or i-include, no? So item difficulty indexed is basically it is the value that can range from 0 to 1, calculating the proportion of the total number of test takers who answered the item correctly. The larger the item difficulty index, the easier the item. So mas taas siya, mas easy ang test. So kung mas baba, mas lisod ang test. So 0.90, above 0.90 is very easy. 0.62 daw is the ideal value, and below 0.20 is the very difficult item. Item reliability index. So this provides indication of internal consistency of a test. So the higher this index, the greater the test internal consistency. It is equal to the product of the item score, standard deviation, and the correlation between the item score and the total test score. Diba, item reliability is consistency. Diba, no? Just remember the keywords. Item validity is accurateness, purports what it should measure, diba? So mo na siya, very good. And for some researchers, nagpapa-require sila ng reliability testing. Kailangan nating i-test yung reliability ng mga items, ganyan. Ito yung mga values nila. And item analysis, factor analysis and inter-item consistency. It is useful in determining whether items on a test appear to be measuring the same thing or not. So this one, too many items appear to be tapping a particular area. The weakest of such items can be eliminated. No? Ayan, the item validity index is designed to provide an indication to the degree to which an item is measuring what it purports to measure, accuracy. Researchers daw recommend 0.78 or higher. This is an acceptable validity index. But I've noticed that there are different values in this one. Sa item validity indexes, iba-iba yung values. Pero siguro ito ata, no, 0.5, 0.70. Ang alam ko kasi 0.9, pwede na siya sa clinical. 0.5, pwede siya sa academic use. Parang ganun. No? Meron nga 0.7 eh. Item discrimination indexes. So ito naman, how well the item can discriminate or separate between high scorers and low scorers of the entire test. So we have indexes like this one, 0.4, above, 0.30, 0.39, and nag-close na sa lag camera, 0.20 to 0.29, 0.1 to 0.19, and below 0.1. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Item analysis, example lang na siya ha. Okay. Other considerations in constructing the items. Guessing, we have 3 criteria that any correction for guessing must meet. When a respondent guesses at an answer or of an achievement test, that guesses is not typically made on a totally random basis. So sometimes kasi natay power of chamba, no? So even though dili kabalo si test taker but makachamba siya. So yes, dili ma-accurate measure ang isa ka person's capability, but naamang yung mga chamba gyud, no, na gihatagan gid siya blessing gid ni Lord and makuha niya tong answer. Pero syempre sa kadaghan pud sa items, not everything is ma-chambahan pud niya. So item fairness, a biased item is an item that favors one particular group of examinees. So kailangan magbuhat mong test, make sure lang po na intended siya to a particular set of participants na pareha sila o qualities ba in terms of answering the test. So, syempre, ang isa ka pang grade 5 na test, dili siya pwede na ihatag to nimo sa preschool or nursery, no? So, dapat yun, ang age mong gid-ana. Another is ang culture nila, no? Ilahang race, one factor of it also to consider. Ayan. Okay. At lumiliit na po ang ating participants, no? Asa na kaya ang iba? Okay. Hindi na ako magpa-stress, kamo bahala sa inyong life, no? Speed test, no? The closer an item to the end of the test, the more difficult it may appear to be. So, lang ha. Wait lang. Okay. All right.